Part of CBS Premiere Week.
FBI moves to Monday, premiering October 13, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Where am I? The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lily Simmons. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, nurses at UPHS Marquette have reached a tentative contract agreement. We'll tell you what's in it and what other employees are still fighting for. And the Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy is working to make recycling simpler and more accessible in the UP. We'll tell you how. Plus, how you could play hockey with Red Wings alumni and support the United Way of Marquette County. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
First look at your forecast. Of course, we know it has been chilly. It was chilly today, but it is great sleeping weather. Even if you want to open up those windows, the air quality is pretty good, and we're looking at clear skies for tonight across the Upper Peninsula with temperatures into the upper 40s, lower 50s, mid 40s. There's a whole range of temperatures, but we do know everyone is going to be a bit chilly tomorrow too, but everyone will get in on the sunshine from sunup to sundown. A full look at your forecast and a look into your Labor Day weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
A days-long search for a missing Ironwood Township man ended late last night when police located his body in Wisconsin. 91-year-old Frank Wilson suffered from dementia and was reported missing last Thursday. He had left his home in a family car that morning, but no one knew where he went. Around 9 p.m. on Sunday, the Gogebic County Sheriff's Office reported that Wilson's car had been found in Morse, Wisconsin. 2 hours later, Wilson's body was located about 2 miles away from the vehicle. No foul play is suspected, and the Sheriff's Office offers its condolences to Wilson's family. The Escanaba Department of Public Safety is looking into a residential fire that occurred in town this afternoon. Shortly after 2:30, officers responded to a report of smoke and flames coming from the roof of a home on First Avenue South. When they arrived, officers evacuated several people from a neighboring apartment complex, which had also begun to catch fire. The residential fire was quickly brought under control, and the apartment complex sustained minor damages. The cause of the fire is still under investigation at this time. After months of bargaining, the RN Staff Council of UPE Health System Marquette has reached a tentative contract agreement. Since March, roughly 600 employees have been negotiating for 2 separate contracts, one for the RN Staff Council and another for the Marquette Ancillary Staff and Technologists. The RN staff made an agreement early Sunday morning after a 17-hour meeting, settling with wage increases, allowing nurses to keep their current health insurance, and addressing staffing concerns.
I am so grateful for the outpouring of support that they've shown. From the messages to coming out to the rallies and the signs, all of it, it's been huge.
As the groups are separate, the tech union will continue its side of bargaining on September 2nd and 3rd, with hopes of reaching an agreement for providing fair health insurance in the contract. Last year, the hospital started providing the tech union with a lesser health insurance plan than the RNs.
We do hope that since the hospital has moved in that direction for the RNs, that they'd be willing to engage with us on that now. We don't think we're asking for the moon. We just want health insurance that's on par with what we had a year ago.
The nurses' tentative contract agreement will not be final until the union votes on it September 4th and 5th. Today, a plasma donation center abruptly shut its doors in Marquette. BioLife on Hawley Street has announced its permanent closure. A message on the center's website states that BioLife is appreciative of the community's commitment to donating plasma and helping those who depend on the medicines developed from plasma. Donors have the option of switching their home center, but the nearest locations are in Lower Michigan and Wisconsin. WZMQ 19 has reached out to BioLife for comment on the closure, but we have not yet received a response. Tonight, Dickinson County community members attended a special county commission meeting to debate the future of local 4-H programming. In January, the Dickinson County Board of Commissioners voted to remove funding for the Michigan State University Extension Office and, by default, its 4-H staff and offerings. This evening, the Dickinson County Board voted 4-1 to end its relationship with the extension. Dozens of residents pleaded with the board to continue funding the position of extension coordinator. They said doing away with the position effectively shuts down the Dickinson County 4-H Club, along with dozens of programs the extension provides, like nutrition, agribusiness, and raising livestock. The extension was asking for $81,000 to continue its operation in Dickinson County, but the board chair said given MSU's sizable endowments, it is unfair to expect taxpayers to foot the bill. WZMQ 19's John Truitt will have much more on this story tomorrow at 6/5 Central. Recycling in the Upper Peninsula comes with unique challenges, from long travel distances to limited access to programs. However, a statewide initiative called Next Cycle Michigan is helping communities in the UP find local solutions. Our Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on the resources being sent here from Lansing.
In the western Upper Peninsula, more than a third of household trash is organic waste, food scraps, and yard debris that could be turned into compost instead of taking up space in a landfill.
38% of our waste stream is organics, which is a huge part, and we could actually be diverting this from the landfill and using it to create compost that could then be used in our community.
Evan Lanise and his team at the Western UP Planning and Development Region are working with the state's Next Cycle program to launch composting pilot projects. The program connects local groups with experts and funding to make recycling and reuse more practical.
We definitely have a lack of access in programs. We definitely have a lack of access and participation.
Statewide, Michigan aims to recycle 45% of materials and cut food waste in half by 2030. In the UP, that means more convenient drop-off sites and new composting facilities like the ones Whippiter is supporting.
It really reflects my idea of what our community could really look like as far as taking resources that we already have and using them to better our community.
From compost that supports farmers to recycling centers that keep materials out of landfills, local leaders say these small steps could make a big difference for communities across the UP. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Here in Marquette, students are back on campus at Northern Michigan University for another fall semester. WZMQ 19's Andrew Hands visited the university's annual Fall Festival to get a glimpse of what the school and surrounding community has to offer its students.
Over the past week, thousands of students moved back into Marquette to begin another year at Northern Michigan University. Day one brings the annual Fall Fest with loads of reasons to stop through.
It's been going all right. I mean, I skipped class today to do Fall Fest.
Hosted by the Center for Student Enrichment, this was their second year holding the event at the Northern Center lawn, featuring over 100 information tables detailing various clubs, available financial assistance, employment opportunities, and plenty of free handouts.
Students are just excited to learn about what they can do on campus. So we have 84 businesses here, and then we have over 120 student organizations and about 30 nonprofits. So it's our push to get them involved on campus and in the community.
With the growing size of the university, there really is something for everyone.
We have over 300 student organizations at Northern. Today has been super exciting to see everyone come out, see more freshmen get involved in the clubs that they want to get involved in. Whatever you like, it's here for you.
This year, as the university searches for a new president in place of the swift departure from Brock Tessman, student body president Cassidy Gibson says she looks forward to representing her fellow students in this process throughout the year.
Yeah, I can't wait to get some people in here, interview them, and represent the students when we're choosing that, when we're helping the board of trustees choose that. I'm just excited to get together with everyone, get back after a long summer.
In Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
classes also resumed today for students at Bay College's Escanaba and Iron Mountain campuses. Last fall, more than 2,000 students signed up for classes, marking Bay's highest enrollment since 2014. Students are still registering this week, but the numbers are looking even higher this year. It's also a year of growth for the college's course catalog, with a new EMT program in Iron Mountain, as well as community partnerships with Bay's paramedic program.
So great energy here as students are arriving on campus for their first day. A lot of faculty and staff around trying to help students find their locations. And that's a really great thing here about Bay, is we're all here to help students as they start out their education journey or return back for their next year. It's great to see their faces on campus getting connected to each other again.
This week and next week, Bay College will host welcome back picnics at both locations to help students acclimate to life on campus. Education history is being made tomorrow in Roanoke, Virginia. The state's first adult high school is officially opening its doors, and administrators say it's just the beginning of what's to come.
Plaza will welcome its first class of adult students on Monday. Unlike a GED, graduates here will earn a state-recognized high school diploma with added support like free childcare, career coaching, and job placement assistance. For Amanda Santana, that support is life-changing.
It's a dream come true. It means the world to me, and it's something that I've been looking forward to for a lot of years, and I'm super excited.
The Excel Center is part of Goodwill's nationwide model. Research shows graduates can earn nearly 40% more within 5 years. And local and state leaders, including Governor Glenn Youngkin, will be there to celebrate the milestone. But the school is just one piece of Melrose Plaza, a first-of-its-kind community hub in Northwest Roanoke. And it's all tailored to adult learners, allowing students to keep up with their day-to-day duties while still working toward their goal of earning a diploma.
I'm very honored, and I feel grateful to be here with everybody and to start a new journey in my life and to begin something new for my future.
Classes at the Excel Center start tomorrow, but leaders say the impact of Melrose Plaza is just getting started, bringing opportunities, resources, and a brighter future to Roanoke's Northwest community.
After the break, we turn to Washington, where President Donald Trump is suggesting news networks should be fined for negative coverage of his administration. We'll have the latest. And later, details on that Red Wings alumni game coming soon to Marquette. We'll tell you how you could make it on the ice while supporting United Way of Marquette County. Stay with us.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Plus supplier pricing during our Labor Day sales event. Together, let's drive Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Are you tired of seeing money all around the house? Then start saving money with First American Home Warranty. First American covers the systems and appliances you depend on every day. And if we can't repair your covered item, we'll replace it.
I've saved thousands, and that makes me happy.
All plans include a no questions asked money back guarantee and flexible payment options, so you can never pay for covered repairs again.
Call 1-800-395-5945. That's 800-395-5945.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto, where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here!
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Plus supplier pricing during our Labor Day sales event. Together, let's drive Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. It is the start of a new week, but we are kind of carrying in those same fall-like conditions into this week. But if you are looking to get outside, just have the jacket with you. If you're planning on fishing, your Blades Bait and Tackle Fishing Outlook has a 3 out of 4 star day for tomorrow, especially if you're going out between that 2 to 4 a.m. You'll definitely need the jacket too, but even still the 2 to 4 time for those major times. It's going to be chilly, especially with those northern winds into effect at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But we do keep those rain chances pretty low, not just for tomorrow, but most of the time as we get into Wednesday morning. But Wednesday does come when we track our next rain system. So lots of sunshine on the way for tomorrow. Not seeing much going on for that time frame. But then once we get to Wednesday morning, kind of late morning, early afternoon, we get the cloud cover and we get the scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some heavy downpours at times. It just depends on how fast moving these storms are. But the Storm Prediction Center does have us in a non-severe risk. This is a 0 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center for severe storms. So if we have a rumble of thunder, we do know it's not going to quite be as severe. We're not quite looking at that for the winds, the hail, or the tornadoes, but it could change. And of course, I'll keep you updated on that. But looking ahead into Labor Day weekend, we already kind of have those end of summer conditions, the fall crisp air in the air. But for the weekend, the unofficial end of summer, we are looking at a decent weekend, A- and A's here, really just because Saturday is still a bit chilly, but then we get some more seasonal conditions back as we get into Sunday and Labor Day itself. So lots of sunshine and seasonal conditions coming back for Labor Day itself. Overall, we're not tracking any major systems for Labor Day weekend. And we are taking a look to 20 years ago was Hurricane Katrina, August of 2005. So we're going to kind of track its track 20 years later. Today, it did make landfall in Florida just as a Category 1. So we were kind of unsure back then, is it done? But think of it as a hurdle. A runner goes over a hurdle and that track is not quite done. Once it passed through Florida, still had a lot of damage, winds 80 miles per hour, but it had the entire open Gulf waters to kind of regain its strength. Still had some fairly hot, humid waters coming off of the end of the summertime, and then it did make landfall on Louisiana as a Category 5. So throughout the week, we'll talk more about that too, but that is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And I know everyone has been talking about the fall-like conditions, back to school season. Where will we be trending 6 to 10 days from now? We will have some slightly warmer to fairly seasonal temperatures come back into play. Of course, cold fronts can kind of put a damper in those plans, but overall, we're kind of looking at getting some more seasonal conditions back. And what does that mean? Not quite these conditions. These are definitely below average, especially for us in Marquette of 66. And we'll get some lower 70s in there too. It just depends where you are, but we're not going to see much 70s, at least for the next 4 days. We might cut a little warm push for Wednesday before the rain, but then we're back down to the 50s and then back up to the 60s, slowly getting to the 70s for your Labor Day weekend with plenty of sunshine.
Thanks, Kelly. Our 19 news cameras were rolling along the lake shore today, capturing the power of the wind. In this video, you can see waves pounding the shoreline, rolling in one after the other. It was a hold on to your hats type of day and not the best boating day for mariners. It's a dramatic reminder of just how quickly conditions can change here on the Great Lakes. Over the weekend, weather caused severe problems for people across the country in Nevada, where a storm hammered the annual Burning Man Festival in the Black Rock Desert. Organizers alerted attendees that the National Weather Service had warned of wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour on Saturday and Sunday, causing severely decreased visibility, rain, and possible lightning. Just after midnight, they posted an update saying that the wind and rain had subsided and that the ground was starting to dry up. This Instagram video shows several tents taken down by the storm, as well as an overturned porta potty as strong winds hit the campground. More thunderstorms were expected in the area today, and organizers urged festival goers to keep an eye on the weather forecast. Even further out west, it is hot and dry, creating perfect conditions for wildfires. One fire in Central Oregon is threatening nearly 4,000 homes, and at least 4 have been destroyed. Another fire that started last night is threatening vineyards in Northern California. So far, it's burned about 10 square miles. CBS's Carter Evans reports from the scene.
In the heart of California's wine country, this is day 5 of what's called the picket fire. So far, more than 2,000 firefighting personnel have managed to keep flames away from homes and vineyards, the economic lifeblood of Napa Valley.
It's obviously alarming to have to go through this so frequently.
Chris Jambois owns Black Sears Winery, where Memories are still fresh of the glass fire 5 years ago, which destroyed several wineries and more than 1,500 structures. But Jambois learned that even if the vineyards are spared from fire, they could still be impacted by smoke. Can the smoke affect the grapes?
They can, yeah. I mean, we lost 2 vintages, 2018 and 2020, to smoke. Once we made it into wine, it was a bit of a disaster. We ended up having to dump it down the drain.
Could you taste it?
Yeah. I mean, it tasted like licking an ashtray.
The fire covers nearly 7,000 acres in Northern California, a 2-hour drive north of San Francisco. Much of the western U.S. is enduring a relentless heat wave, which has increased fire activity. In Oregon, this wildfire destroyed at least 4 homes and continues to rage out of control. The concern in Napa Valley is how quickly this fire, seen from the porch of one vineyard, grew from small to ominous. The threat remains to what's on the vine.
If we do end up losing this crop, it'll be 3 out of the last 8 years. And, we'll have some serious soul searching to do, I think.
People here told us how authorities seem to have been much better prepared this time around. That's in part because more firefighters were available to respond, and the previous fires burned a lot of the heavy brush, so that helped slow the spread of the fire. Even better news, the weather is expected to continue improving.
In a series of late-night social media posts, President Donald Trump suggested large news networks like ABC and NBC should be fined or have their licenses revoked because of their coverage of his administration. While it's not the first time the president has launched threats against the press, journalism advocacy groups are troubled by these latest comments. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
Late Sunday night, President Trump wrote a series of posts on his Truth Social platform, criticizing news outlets over their polling and coverage of his administration. The president in part claimed networks like ABC and NBC should lose their FCC licenses for their unfair coverage of Republicans and or conservatives. He also claimed those networks give him 97% of bad stories and added if that's the case, they are simply an arm of the Democrat Party. Zooming out on this, the FCC says they do not license TV or radio networks such as CBS, NBC, ABC, or Fox, but their local news affiliates are.
The FCC is bound by the law and the Constitution not to censor licensees based on the viewpoints expressed or its opinions of their coverage. It is fundamentally un-American for the government to retaliate against news outlets, broadcasters, or otherwise for what they say about the government.
The Society of Professional Journalists, an organization dedicated to the free practice of journalism and high standards of ethical behavior, sent us a statement saying in part, in the United States, news organizations are not personal PR tools for any president or politician. This is not state-run media, and unfavorable coverage does not equal bad journalism. The president has previously launched criticism over what he perceives as unfavorable news coverage. He's encouraged Congress to cut back on funding for public broadcasting and clashed with several outlets over editorial decisions.
When there are attacks on press freedom, I think journalists need to be vocal about it. The public is sometimes deprived of information about attacks on press freedom because journalists are uncomfortable making themselves the story. When it's being attacked by the government, that's news, just like when the government attacks any other constitutional right.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Another big legal shakeup from the White House today. President Donald Trump has signed a new executive order targeting jurisdictions that let defendants walk free without posting bail while they await trial. Our other Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon has details on the order and the debate over cashless bail.
Okay, we'll sign right here, right?
President Trump targeting cashless bail Monday morning. First in Washington, where his administration has recently taken control of the city's police force and where he's directed National Guard troops to assist in reducing crime.
All over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C.
The president's order directs Attorney General Pam Bondi to also compile a list of cities and states where the practice is in place and threatens federal funding for jurisdictions that keep cashless bail.
People who distinguish themselves as being dangerous should be removed from society until we can have a trial with a presumption of innocence and make a determination.
Attorney Lance LaRusso says in recent years, cashless bail has removed discretion from judges.
It's not the cash issue, it's reducing or taking the judge's discretion away so they could not say this particular person with these particular charges should either have a cash bond or they should be held in custody until their trial.
He says if murders, armed robberies, carjackings, and other aggravated assault charges are removed from the equation, most communities are much safer.
And if you take repeat offenders who are committing those crimes, which most of the time that's what it is, and you say to them, this is your third time committing a carjacking, you're not getting out of jail until your trial, it will have an effect on crime.
But supporters of cashless bail say it levels the playing field for low-income Americans. The American Civil Liberties Union telling us in part, cash bail has long punished people living below the poverty line, especially black and brown communities. It is our constitutional right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Pretrial detention does just the opposite. It treats certain people as guilty until proven innocent. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll tell you about a United Way of Marquette County fundraiser and how you could earn a chance to hit the ice with Red Wings alumni. That's next.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Ford. Plus, friends and family pricing for all during our Labor Day sales event. 1 week only at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
For 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles at Fox Marquette Ford. Plus, friends and family pricing for all during our Labor Day sales event. 1 week only at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Lily Simmons.
Local hockey players have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to skate with Detroit Red Wings legends. The United Way of Marquette County is hosting Marquette Hockey Night on September 13th. Detroit Red Wings alumni will face off against Marquette County's finest and toughest players in a historic game. 2 local players will suit up with Red Wings legends, but only if they're the top fundraisers. All money raised will support United Way programs here in Marquette County.
You're looking at generations of teams. You get people that, you know, your grandpa used to idol and watch, all the way down to some players that were on the roster in the last year or two, and everything in between. And so it really spans multiple generations, all on the ice at the same time.
Donations close August 31st, and you can find information on how to donate at WZMQ19.com. Kelly has one final look at the weather right after this break.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes! Time right! Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Now you can get 1.99 APR financing on a new 25 Tundra or $3,000 customer cash. Or lease this well-equipped Tundra for $419 a month.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is a powerful place. In this chamber, decisions are made every day. Decisions that impact your life, your friends, family, and neighbors. Your life can be changed by what happens here. I'm 19 News' Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy. I report to you, tracking votes, new laws, and policies that change lives in the Upper Peninsula. The only place to see what's happening in Lansing is right here.
Sophia Murphy reports, only on WZMQ 19 News.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Today, we bring you the profile of a hero, Marine Private First Class Gomer Pyle.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes, but this hero is a musical Marine. Gomer Pyle.
Weeknights at 9:30 on MeTV 19.1.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Welcome back. It was yet another below average day, definitely the indication of some changing of seasons going on here with back to school season. So tomorrow we'll continue with kind of that taste of fall. This is still fairly seasonal, especially down to Iron Mountain and the southern portions of the Upper Peninsula, but everyone will be enjoying the sunshine and we'll still hang on to those summertime conditions and still lots of summertime events going on too. So get on out there and enjoy if you can, especially being rain free really for most of tomorrow, basically all of tomorrow. And then most of Wednesday morning we're looking good, but then we will start to track some scattered showers and storms come Wednesday afternoon carrying into the evening. But Wednesday we do get a push of a little bit of heat, finally seeing those 70s back in the forecast. But once we clear Wednesday, we're looking at dry conditions, partly cloudy really through your Labor Day weekend. And once we clear Labor Day weekend, we finally get some more seasonal conditions back into the mid 70s.
Finally tonight, over the weekend, collectors of all kinds gathered in Ishpeming for an inaugural event. River Rock Lanes and Bakewent Center hosted the West End Card Show on Saturday. People of all ages attended to show cards of all varieties, including sports, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering. This event was an opportunity for enthusiasts to check out other people's collections and even purchase new cards to build up their own collections. Thanks for joining us on your WZMQ 19 News. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 6/5 Central.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Fox Marquette Subaru, get 3.9% APR for 68 months on select new and pre-owned vehicles. 1 week only, August 25th through September 2nd. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.